Alright, Babber. Hello folks, welcome back to Icewind Dale, where I've come back to the bar. I've done a little reload. There's been a few changes. Nothing major, but I'll show you. So, apparently I'd started Trials of the Lawmaster when speaking to the little halfling fella. So we're not going to speak to him this time. We want to get on with Heart of Winter. Now, I've done a little bit of reading, and apparently you're meant to do Heart of Winter up to a point where you reach some sea or other. I've not gone into spoilers. I'm doing this blind. I've never done Heart of Winter. But apparently this fella starts off Trials of the Lawmaster, which we'll do later on. So what if I come to a point where they want me to go to a sea, like an ocean sea type place, I don't even remember the name of it, then we'll, apparently that's at the point you want to do Trials and then come back to finish off Heart of Winter, so you get more XP to deal with the big bad boss at the end of the dungeon, or end of Heart of Winter, or whatever it is. So I'm going to leave Hobart Stubbletoes alone. Now the other reason why I've done a little reload and gone back in time slightly is, with the exception of Ares...
I'm not waiting around while you have all the fun. Now come on. Are you going to just stand there all day?
With the exception of Ares, I've managed to get the sounds and the subtitles working, as you've just seen from Gabrielle. So as an example...
You ready to go?
Xena.
This little baby is destined to become the center of my constellation.
I think a wardrobe change is an
Dicey.
You could wear chainmail.
Yeah, but I think that'd just attract a kinkier group.
You're probably right.
Xena's off.
Your former mentor and still greatest fan. At your service.
So Ares does work, the sounds work.
Hello, Xena. Oh, what's the matter?
A good thief, like a good lover, takes his time, has patience.
So yes, Ares' subtitles aren't working, but the sounds are working, finally. Let's do...
It's not polite to interrupt a bard when she's relating a heroic tale.
Come on. Come on, talk to me. I'm listening, but I'm not hearing.
No, I'm not waiting around while you have all the fun.
And Joxer the Bite is kicked off.
Are you going to just stand there all day?
Alright. So, it's all working. We're probably going to get a lot of Joxer songs, but I do love Joxer the Mighty, so you're going to have to put up with that. Joxer the Mighty. So yeah, you might just have to put up with that for a while. So, yeah, so partly we've come back to not do Trials of the Lawmaster, now that I've been informed, and to show off the subtitles as well. So, from this point, we will continue forwards and see how it goes. The first thing I'm going to do, I'm just going to repeat...
We have an arrangement. I don't steal from him, and he doesn't gouge my eyes out with hot pokers. It's worked out very well so far.
We're going to...
You're trying to use my ego against me.
I didn't think it would work.
No, it worked. I'll do it.
Just going to rob this place, as we did before. I know there's nothing too dangerous. And there's a few things to pick up. Come on, in you go. In you go. Nothing in that one. I don't remember where there was and wasn't stuff. Sleepy man. Sleepy man. Okay. But there's nothing in there. Let's check this one. This one had something. A gold piece. I think I said that before. A singular golden piece. Nothing was trapped, if memory serves. But I think something was locked, wasn't it? Maybe this one? Yeah. But we can deal with that. That is not a problem. Oh yeah, the dodgy oil of speed potion, which I'm not sure works properly. Someone's drunk. Amber done. I think we've spoken to a few of these people anyway, so let's head down Now that we've raided the top place, I'm sure someone will come and tell us off for
We have
that
an arrangement.
later on.
I don't steal from him, and he doesn't gouge my eyes out with hot pokers. It's worked out very well so far.
Those can go to Gabby. That can go in the gem bag. And that can go to Dighty. Right, now. Traveller's robe for sale. Translocation arrows. Well, we're probably never going to use them. I did restock on arrows again, but they were slightly different. I got biting, piercing, and some +2s. And I bought a stack of normal arrows for the time being. Right.
Right to it.
Yes. Let's do some chatty chat. We've done all this before. Who are you? I'm Xena. You look like you've seen battle. Barbarians gathered nearby. What happened next? Okay. We'll just scooch through these. You I spoke to. By the gods. You're Haley's mother. Your jobby is trapped. Right, so we need to go back and talk to Haley. Could use a mother's hand. Discuss it no longer. Yes. How long have you been drinking? Yep. Okay. Do you care nothing for your home? I take my leave. Right. You little halfling fellow, I am going to leave alone. In fact, what I will do is a quick save. And let's talk to Murdoch. What's this? Why, look here, Master Kieran. It seems that Lady Timora has blessed your coffers this season after all. This hardy band of brave-looking souls will surely keep your kegs flowing well into the night. Let's hope he doesn't send me off to trials of Law Master. We haven't come for the drink. We're on an urgent quest to prevent a war with the barbarians. We have plenty of coin, perhaps another time. Sorry to disappoint you. We haven't come for the drink. We're on an urgent quest. Aha! A stalwart troop of courageous adventurers on a quest for honour and glory. I was once like you, full of fire and spirit. These days I'm content to simply be full of drink. You speak rather well for a man who admits to be a drunkard. Who are you? My name is Murdoch of Orkney, wandering bard and failure extraordinaire. You and Gabby should be friends. Welcome to Lonely Wood. It is a pleasure to make your acquaintance. Failure. Never heard of Orkney. A bard. How about a tune? A bit of merriment. Failure. You don't seem to have a very high opinion of yourself. On the contrary, I acknowledge the fact that I've been highly successful at failing at whatever task is set before me. It is the reason why I've wound up here so far from Orkney. I've never heard of Orkney. How far away is it? I'm not surprised you haven't heard of it. Orkney is a small kingdom that clings to the windy foothills of the spine of the world mountains. It lies upon the trade route just beyond the pass, several days' journey to the south. Although for me, Orkney is much, much further away than you could possibly imagine. What do you mean? I mean that I am destined to never again set foot within the borders of my homeland. I am dead to Orkney. Why? Were you banished? The way you drink, I'd wager it wouldn't be long till you're dead. Yeah, I get that. Right, let's go with that one. Indeed, though it is a banishment imposed by my own actions, or inactions rather. Alas, it is a sad tale, one I do not wish to burden you with. We don't mind. Tell us. I am flattered by your request, but I am afraid there is no art left in me. The best I can manage these days are a few uninspired words accompanied by sour notes plucked from broken heartstrings. Stop being so dramatic, Murdoch. Your silver tongue may be a bit tarnished from all the wine, but we still manage to squeeze a few good performances out of you from time to time. Well said, my friend, though I would have to say that those few good performances were inspired by the excess of drink, rather than the absence of it. No, we don't want to insult him. Can I buy you a drink in exchange for a tale? Very well, you supply the coin and I shall spin a tale, though I cannot promise you will get your money's worth. Shiny gold. 10 gold. We got 10 grand at the minute, so here's 10 gold. That should fetch you enough wine for a star performance. My lady, you honour me with this noble gesture. I would not dare to offend you by refusing such generosity. Very well, if it is a tale you desire, then a tale you shall have. Now put yourselves at ease, my friends, for the story I am about to tell is a true account, and like all truths should be received with the utmost attention to detail. Okay, we're listening. I'm not singing it. There once was a time, many years ago, when my heart, like a smith's forge, was aglow. With the brightly burning flames of passion, I was a bard, and as was the fashion, I travelled the land, stopping each night to perform for kind hosts who would invite. A wandering minstrel in for a meal, each ballad I sang did always appeal to both nobility and commoner, for I did sing with virtue and honour. Of fortune, glory, and other such things that strike the fancies of peasants and kings. Far and wide throughout the realms I did roam, song was my life and the road was my home. Until one day, as I happened by chance to be entertaining with song and dance a crowd of children from a nearby town, when along came a servant of the crown. A loyal steward of Orkney was he, in his hands he bore a royal decree, for which he read with a baritone voice, hear ye, let the kingdom rejoice. The Princess of Orkney shall soon be wed to the King's Magistrate, Lord Hugh the Red. His Majesty does graciously extend an invitation for all to attend tonight's festivities at the castle, to honour his most worthy vassal. For the rest of his words I did not wait. Like an arrow I shot straight for the gates of the king's castle, where I did present my skills as a bard for the night's event. The king was kind, I'm pleased to report, for he welcomed me into his court, and treated me as an honoured guest. In return I did promise him my best, and even offered to compose a tune so lovely it would make his subjects swoon. Indeed, that night I did keep to my word, and sang such a ballad that none had heard. It was a rousing tale of blood and gold, of heroes, villains, and kingdoms of old. But as I performed, my eyes did meet the gaze of an angel, lovely and sweet. 'Twas the young princess that captured my heart, and for her I sang with all of my art, pouring my soul out with each ringing note, until no more sound would come from my throat. And when at last my performance did end, the king himself was the first to commend. I bet the king's not going to be happy with him. Such a fine display of lyrical skill, he offered a gold as a sign of goodwill, and he further insisted that I stay as an honoured guest until the day, okay, fair enough, until the day his beloved daughter was to be wed to his chief magistrate, Lord Hugh the Red. Okay, the king was quite happy, alright, fair enough, but they fall in love, and Hugh the Red finds out, and it all goes wrong. I humbly agreed, though I did not know how strong my love for the princess would grow, for each passing day was spent at her side, and often upon horseback we did ride. Out into the forests near Castle Ork, where I would play music and she would talk of her betrothal to Lord Hugh the Red, and how she wished she were free instead, to follow her heart and marry for love. Oh, how I prayed to the heavens above for the chance to make the princess my own, but Timora's dice had already been thrown. As I pined in vain, the nights quickly passed, and the day of the wedding came at last. But before the groom could offer his ring, the princess bride declared to the king that she loved another, and could not bear to marry the magistrate unforswear her one true love, at which point she did turn, and spoke the words for which my heart did yearn. I love thee, Murdoch, and were it my say, I would gladly marry you on this day. Upon hearing her words, the groom went pale. He turned to the king and started to rail. On about law and tradition he went, begging his majesty not to consent, for the princess was of the noble line, and could not be wed to some low-born swine. The king was torn, for his daughter was dear, but the laws of the kingdom were quite clear. So in silence he stood, shaking his head, until at last it was Lord Hugh the Red who promised a solution, nay, a scheme, which at that moment in time it did seem to be a fair and noble compromise, for which I thought him to be very wise. He pointed out that it was the knight's right by law to bestow the title of knight, the king's right to by law to bestow the title of knight upon any man who succeeds in a quest. In addition, he did further suggest that because I was not of noble birth, there was but one way to prove my worth, Journey to the north where the ice wind blows, there you must find the fabled glacier rose. The king did heed his magistrate's advice and bade me quest for this rose made of ice, and decreed to all that, should I succeed, the hand of the princess he would concede. So with hope in my heart I sallied forth and began my journey through the frozen north. For 3 years I did search both high and low, across seas of ice and mountains of snow. I visited all 10 towns of Icewind Dale, but alas it seems I was destined to fail. After 4 long years I gave up my search and traded my quest for this lonely perch, for it was here upon this very stool that I realized I'd been played for a fool. For as surely as the ice wind blows, there is no such thing as a glacier rose. A most excellent tale. Farewell, Murdoch. I don't want to say farewell. I want to do his quest for him. It's the most depressing thing. You are pathetic. That's just rude, and that's just rude. Farewell, Murdoch. There we go. We've got a quest for it. Sadly, as the rose never exists, so we couldn't keep an eye out for during one of our travels. Fair enough. All right, barkeep. Barkeep. Well met, strangers. Welcome to the Whistling Gallows Inn. I am Kieran Nye, proprietor of this fine establishment. How may I be of service? Maybe you can answer some questions. What can you tell us about the barbarians? I know little about the threat, save I believe it is very real. Okay, we're not worried. We heard the barbarian... Yeah, we know where the barbarian camp is. Right. The Whistling Gallows, strange name for an inn. Aye, 'tis strange, yet well deserved. You see, the original owner of this inn was a less than reputable man who... Man? Skald was no man. He was a brutal savage, a half-ogre. He took pleasure in beating unruly patrons within an inch of their lives. Those who had the misfortune of truly upsetting the brute found themselves dancing at the end of a rope. Yes, 'tis said that he was fond of using that dead tree out front as a sort of impromptu gallows. Back then the inn was known as Skald's Place. However, it didn't take long for word of Skald's cruelty to spread. Indeed, many a traveller that lodged here at the inn spent a sleepless night lying in bed listening to the eerie sound of the cold winter wind as it whistled through the frozen corpses dangling from the tree outside. However, that unfortunate business is all in the past. Skald is dead and buried, and now I am the proprietor of this inn. The only legacy that remains of Skald's brief yet brutal tenure is the establishment's name, the Whistling Gallows Inn. Nice. I don't think we're bothered about lodgings, are we? We're not tired. We've just pretty much started. Alright, Autolycus.
Now I know what you want. I don't think so. I'm not as dumb as he looks.
Let's have a little nosy back down here. Ah, yes. There was something in there, wasn't there? That was locked. We'll have that. Boom, boom, boom. Robes. And in here, various reagents and bits of arcane stuff and nonsense. And there was a thing there. Let's have a little zoom in. A spell? A spell, you say? And we've checked out those things and the books. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, let's have a look down here. Nothing in here, was there? Nothing in here either. No, it's all fine. It's all fine. Right. Xena, back over here. Autolycus.
Thou shalt not steal. Who can live by those laws?
Let's dive up to there. Right, magic. I forgot what it did, but we'll worry about it later. Armor class 5. I don't think they were any use to you, were they? No, your armor class drops to 3. Robe of the... Yeah. Oh, I'm surprised you can use them. Are you neutral? I didn't think... Oh, there. True neutral. Alright. Alright. Because you're a god. I made you a god. God with no powers, but god. Right. Okay. Stuff for sellage. Stuff for sellage. How is the rest of us looking? Alright. You're okay. Nice. Alright.
You want some company?
Let's head back out. How are we looking? We're around about the 20-minute mark, and we didn't set off Trials of the Lawmaster. So, although we're pretty much back at the place we were last time, I am going to call that episode there. And join me next time for further adventures with subtitles, and hopefully I'll have Ares fixed by then as well. Fingers crossed. So I'm not sure what is quite wrong with Ares subtitles, but beautiful. Yeah, we are looking better than we were last time. So until then, folks, please hit the like button. I do get a few views and very few likes. Please hit the like button. I know I forget quite often on people's videos, so I am guilty of not doing it myself. And if you enjoyed, please subscribe. It's not often I ask. It's very rare I ask. I'm just going to throw it in for this one, just for the fun of it. So until next time, folks, bye-bye for now.